Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. But before we start on this, a quick update, or two updates. First of all, as you can see, the background looks different. This is actually a bedside table, although, and I just have it there as, well, I need something to rest food on while I'm in bed, okay? That doesn't make the reviews any different. But the second and more urgent update is, well, as you probably know, it's been a wee bit of a hiatus between this review and my previous review, Beast Wars Megatron, and there's a reason for that. In between Beast Wars Megatron's review and this review, I was officially diagnosed with epilepsy. So, I'm officially epileptic now, so yeah, that's why I haven't been uploading in a wee while. Well, that and the fact that, as I stated earlier, the background looks different because my room's been rearranged, so, and I couldn't find anything to stand my camera on until now, so, anyways, let's just get on to the review. And today's review will be on Beast Wars Waspinator. So, yeah, Waspinator here, true to his name, is a wasp. And to be honest, Waspinator sounds like something that Dr. Doofenshmirtz would invent, like, bury the platypus, allow me to introduce the Waspinator! Like some machine that just shoots out wasps into the tri-state area. But of course, this came out way before Phineas and Ferb even aired, so, yeah. But anyways, all jokes aside, let's have a look at Waspinator in his beast mode. So, yeah, as we can see, Waspinator here is a huge wasp, and if I'd saw this when I was younger, I would have been crapping my pants, because when I was little, I used to have a fear of wasps and bees, and, I mean, I still sort of do, although I'm much more calmer around them now. If anything, I only flinch if they fly towards me unexpected, like most insects do. But, oh well. So, here we have the beast mode's head, the compound eyes, the mandibles, the antenna. Pretty cool. This guy could pass out for an Insecticon if he wanted to. Like one of the deluxe Insecticons. Like, this guy's actually reminding me of Ransack. As in the Generation 1 Ransack. But, anyways, before we get on to this guy's transformation, I just want to state something. If you know anything about the Beast Wars cartoon, you know that this guy is pretty much Kenny from South Park, in the sense that he's always injured. Yeah, in Beast Wars, Waspinator is the comic relief character. He's constantly hurt, injured, torn apart, just straight up bullied, so he's just like Kenny from South Park, or even Strong Sad from Homestar Runner. Just Google what Homestar Runner is. I'm not going to do a full history. But, anyways, let's just get on with this guy's transformation, because there's not really any special gimmicks here. So, to start off, what we do is, we take this bit and just, we just rip his bum end off. That's a bit gruesome. And I'll just set that aside for now. Come up to the underneath of the figure. To start off, I'll just raise my camera slightly, move it back, but also unplug these bits, which are his arms, and get them out the way for now. We untap these bits, and we actually, if you can see this, move this up. This will form Waspinator's crotch. I hope I never say that again. But with these bits, you just orient them so they actually form his robot mode legs. As you can see here. Hang on. Okay, so I've managed to get them tabbed in to the best of my ability. Now to continue, we'll take the arms, straighten them out, and just get the insect legs out the way. Take the wings and just move them up. Then finally, take the wasp head, we'll slightly open it, move it downwards, and then just pull it out, like so. And here we have Waspinator in his robot mode. So, yeah. Now, let's just give him his weapon, which is the stinger of the wasp. And, well, the missiles are actually stored in the wings. Or in my case, the missile. I only have one missile, but the other missile is the only thing I'm missing from this guy. So, we see, like with all missiles, we're going to have to put this in a certain way. I'm just going to do that right now. Here we go, and if we just press that, yep, that shoots off pretty well. I'm just going to put this back in. Now, I'll give this to Waspinator soon, but for now, let's have a look at this guy's detailing. So got the back, which is still rather waspish, with the giant wasp rectum, to put it nicely. Because I know, even though I don't really mark my more modern videos for kids, kids still watch these, so I'm sort of wanting to watch my language now, so. But let's have a look at Waspinator's head sculpt. As you can see, well, even though it's not exact, this still resembles Waspinator's head from the Beast Wars series. Oh, I mean, sure, it's a bit more round and not really the same color, but it's still Waspinator's head. Although, well, if I just come up, if I just open up his back, like so, and I open up his front bit, and I spin that around. If you notice, figure, you're not really surprised, although you can give Waspinator a standard robot head. I mean, what? That just... But anyways, let's just focus on his head. As you can see, this is rather trippy, because this just looks like a standard Generation 1 Decepticon head. With the visor and the little antenna ear bits. If anything, this is sort of reminding me of, I don't know, it's like the face is definitely reminding me of Blitzwing a tiny bit. But yeah, allow me to explain. If you remember my review on Beast Wars Megatron, you would remember how you can close bat wings over his face to give him a wee mask, and that is what's called the mutant head. And well, this is not Waspinator's mutant head. If anything, the head that we saw previously was actually his mutant head, and for some reason they just used that in the cartoon. I think they did the same with Tarantulas. But yeah, as I said, this is actually Waspinator's true robot head. And I can't tell if this was ever used in fiction, and honestly, it's sort of creeping me out a wee bit, because I'm not used to seeing Waspinator with standard robot head, so if you'll just excuse me while I give him his standard beast head out that we're all used to, if I can, because the heads are spinning around while I'm trying to do this, because I'm on camera. There we go. That's more like it. That's the Waspinator we know and love. If I can get that plugged in. But yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Now, if anything, I think, like, the only time I would find the robot head to be welcome is on this guy's Deco Buzzsaw. So they look different. Like, with Waspinator, you can display him with his mutant head, whereas with Buzzsaw, you can give him his robot head, so they look a wee bit different. And if anything, from what I can remember, I think Cybertron Buzzsaw, which is actually a recolor of, if you'll just excuse me. From what I can remember, Cybertron Buzzsaw, who is actually a recolor of Armada Cyclonus, his head was actually retooled to resemble the robot head on Beast Wars, Waspinator, and Buzzsaw. So, yeah. Now, let's get on with Waspinator's articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so it can swivel and look up and down. Same with the robot head, I'm not going to show that. The wings can all flap around, so if he wants to be an actual wasp, he can. The arms are ball jointed, so he can T-pose. He's got sideways elbow action as well as an actual elbow. Sadly, nothing at the waist. Can do the splits. He can move up his leg that far. Can't really move it back at all. And he's sort of got knees, although I don't really know how to correctly do it. So, yeah. Now, if we just give Waspinator his weapon now, it just plugs in like so, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Waspinator, but this does not end the video. Because, well, as I stated earlier, Waspinator was the comic relief character, so yeah, he was constantly injured in the show. Pretty much, if you remember in the Homestar Runner website, there was a video of the character Strongbad checking an email, and he was trying to delete it by just backing up and just slamming into his computer. Well, pretty much that always happens to Waspinator. He's always just straight up crushed or just torn apart. However, there have been 2 times where he's either been possessed by or thinks he's a different character. For example, there is actually an episode where Waspinator... this is where my tongue stops working. There was an episode of Beast Wars where Waspinator was straight up possessed by the ghost of Starscream. Yes, Generation 1 Starscream himself. That is amazing. And in a less exciting episode, where I think they were trying to make Rhinox into a Predacon. But anyways, in that episode, there is a scene where Waspinator is straight up like hit by a hammer. He's just like a giant sledgehammer. He's just bouncing around the place, and he actually thinks he's the Insecticon Shrapnel. Now, I would do a comparison with either Starscream or Shrapnel, but the the only Starscream I have is Cybertron Starscream, and he's too big to show. And with Shrapnel, even though I have Kickback and Bombshell, and I promise I'll review them soon, I currently don't have Shrapnel, so yeah, that sucks. But So, anyways, this pretty much concludes my review on Beast Wars Waspinator. Now, do I recommend this guy or his recolor Buzzsaw? Well, definitely. I mean, if you're a Beast Wars collector, you need Waspinator. He's one of the essential characters. He's one of the essential Predacons to get, along with Megatron, Tarantulas, Black Arachnia, Dinobot, Pterosaur. Yeah. So if you're a Beast Wars collector, you definitely need Waspinator. So, that's pretty much it for my review on good old Waspinator. That was a horrible impression anyways. Sorry. anyways, this will be my review on Waspinator. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.